Very latest details as far as the wrestlers dangle with the WFI boss is concerned. Brij Bhushan interrogated twice by the Delhi police. This has happened already. Bhushan has countered Vinesh Phogat's testimony. In fact, he said this. Delhi police is to file a status report in the next 2 days or so. Today is the meeting. In 2 days, there will be a detailed report. What about the minor in question? The minor's new statement likely to be given to court. Also, the stringent Pocso case against Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh just could be withdrawn is what we're really picking up. Now, statements of over 200 people have been recorded already in this case. We continue to track this story from ground zero at Anurag Thakur's house. As the sports minister of the country, Ashutosh Mishra is in fact going to be joining us, and so is Nitin Srivastava. First to you, Ashutosh. Give us a quick update about the current situation right now, Ashutosh. Who in fact is at this meeting, who all have reached, and has this meeting really started right now?
So I believe it's more than 30 minutes now since the meeting started between the Minister Anurag Thakur, Sakshi Malik, Satyavrat and Bajrang Punia. We also know there are of course farmers agitation happening in Haryana, but those farmers are also part of, many of them in fact are part of the Khap Panchayat, and these Khap leaders are also gathered in Dadri area near Gautam Budh Nagar. So all these things are happening simultaneously. In fact, before these wrestlers also leave to that Panchayat, if they are planning to, this was very crucial meeting, in fact, since invited by the minister himself, putting out a social media message, in fact, an open message, giving a message of a transparency in the midnight, and these wrestlers within few hours have reached the residence. More than 30 minutes, of course. And we know the contention as far as wrestlers and their demand is concerned is only one. There has to be action against Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh, and since it's involved the Pocso case, why not arresting him? That's the one and only question these wrestlers have been putting. And the moment there is a support by the opposition parties to these wrestlers and their demand, you also see, you know, kind of words that is coming even along against these wrestlers from their different sections. But for now, what we see, the meeting is happening. One expectation, not this only the government has, and we clear reason already narrated by Polemy, what could be those potential reasons. The government also hopeful, wrestlers hopeful, and even their Khap leaders are very hopeful that there will be some issue which will resolve the deadlock between these agitation wrestlers and the government. So it could be just matter of few minutes. Even as we speak, there could be potential they will be walking out any moment. So once they come out, we'll hear the word whether this was a meaningful and a positive meeting. Was there any assurance given? Because what one can believe that since they already met the Union Minister Amit Shah, there was already assurance given. The wrestlers put their demand, and despite the fact this agitation continues, they say they are still stand firm what they have been demanding, and there will be further strategy drawn to carry out the protest further, and what will be the blueprint that will be explained further. But for now, of course, to resolve the deadlock, this is happening. We're just waiting for these wrestlers to come out, and that will give a clear picture whether it is heading towards any solution, any resolution, or it is going to escalate further. And if that is the case, what will be the blueprint?
Right. I'm going to thank you for the moment for getting us those details, Ashutosh. We'll of course keep coming back to you and to Nitin for more on that big story that we are tracking very, very closely. The dangle for justice continues. Political support continues as well for the protesting wrestlers. Listen to these series of reactions that have been coming in.
BJP, Mr. Anurag Thakur, Prime Minister Modi know that the yearning for justice or the clarion call for justice of our wrestlers, our sportsmen and women will not go in vain. We and the entire nation are one with them, and we will struggle till the very end. Either this government will stay in power, or they will have to give justice to our wrestlers, or this government will be decimated to ashes. That is what is going to happen.
Not one voice from the government came forward appealing them to not to do so. The sports minister is tweeting now. Where was the sports minister that day when the same medals with which he's been having his pictures clicked, Prime Minister is getting pictures clicked with them. The same medals were being put away in Ganga by these wrestlers. They had gone there, but not one appeal by the sports minister, by Prime Minister, by any minister, by any MP.
धरने पे बैठे लोग, बेटियां बैठी नहीं धरने पर, बीजेपी के लोग सुनते रहे, देखते रहे। और केवल एक नहीं उदाहरण, ये 2 उदाहरण नहीं, पूरे उत्तर प्रदेश में आप इस तरह के उदाहरण दे सकते हो जहां भेदभाव के साथ सरकार काम कर रही है।